Welcome back. This is Sandy with Sandy's Organized Chaos, and today we're going to be doing this extremely easy high-low glitter drape tumbler. As always, I'll make sure to put everything that I used today into the description box below so that way you guys can easily find them and shop those items if you would like to. So let's wake up, prep those tumblers, and slay all day. Let's do this. I am starting off with a tumbler that I've already prepped and I've painted. I painted it this navy color by Rust-Oleum, so that's just our base coat. Now you guys can obviously do any type of glitter base if you would like, but I just want to do kind of a plain and simple color here, so I just stuck with the spray painted base. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my lid back onto my tumbler because that's going to be very helpful when I go to do this next portion. I like to use my lid as kind of like a template, so I will just kind of gauge where the front and the back is, and I'm going to take a paint marker, or you can use any type of marker you have in hand because it's going to get painted anyways and nobody's going to see it, but you just want to use some type of painted marker to be able to mark where your front is and where your back is. Now I am using a 20-ounce modern curve from the Stainless Depot company. So there's like a little line right in the middle of these lids, and it just really helps out with where the center is. So I just flip it over and I make a little dash on each side. And like I said, that's really going to help us out in this next part here. That's really going to tell us where the center is once we go to apply our spray paints. All right, we're going to move back outside because you want to be in a well-ventilated area, obviously. I'm just saying. I'm going to put my little dash at the front there so that way when we go to apply our spray paint here, we will be able to know where that center is. I'm just using Apple Red by Rust-Oleum, but you can obviously use whatever type of spray paint you already have on hand. This is just going to be used as like a base so that way when we go to apply our glitters, it has kind of a backing to it because sometimes those chunky glitters are a little bit sparse. So that's why we want to apply this red first. Now, as I was showing you guys there, I'm just kind of visualizing where I want my red to go because this does not have to be perfect because our glitter is going to cover it. You just want to kind of get a template down and then we're going to go from there with our glitters. Now the whole purpose of a high-low look is one side is higher and one side is lower. And because I'm doing this ombre or this high-low look from the top down, we want one side to be very close to the rim of the tumbler and we want the other side to be almost down to the bottom of that tumbler. And that was the whole reason why I made those marks, because I knew where the front was and I knew where the back was. So as you can see, I'm just turning it around and I'm continuing that look completely around. I'm just connecting my spray paint all the way around my tumbler, making sure some of it's really tight towards the top and some of it is really down low. So here I am, I'm just going to turn around, I'm going to show you guys. It's obviously not perfect, but is a very good template for what we want to do here in a minute. Now, as you can see here, I am going to come back through and just kind of touch up some areas just to make sure it's a little bit more in form here, but it is good to go after that. So I'm going to go ahead and let that dry for about 30 minutes, if not a little bit longer, just to make sure it isn't sticky when we move on to this next part. We are back inside and it is nice and dry and we have a good template going here. Now we want to add our epoxy because I like to add my glitter with the epoxy method. It's just my preferred method, but if you choose to do it with your glue or anything like that, that's perfectly fine as well. But I'm going to go ahead and move forward with how I am applying my items. Now I like to use Alumilite's Amazing Clear Cast, which I am using their Fast Set Epoxy. And if you guys are interested, I do have a 10% off code in my description box if you'd like to use it. I'm just saying you don't have to if you don't want to, but that's what I like to use. Now, because I am using kind of a chunky glitter here, I like to add just a little bit more epoxy in it, especially because we're using the Fast Set Epoxy. I kind of let my epoxy set for about 5 minutes before I started using it, and now I am adding my chunky glitters, but I like to add just kind of a thicker coat to it so that way those chunky glitters lay flatter than usual. All right, now we're gonna add our glitter. Now this glitter here you can find at my glitter shop, socglitters.com. This is called Old Glory, and I'm gonna use a little bit of scarlet as well, just kind of fill in here and there. Now I'm just gonna take a pinch of my glitter because this is how I feel comfortable. If you have it in a shaker or whatever, you can do it that way as well. But as you can see, I'm just gonna go right along the outer edge of our spray paint here. And then after I am done kind of tracing the outside of that perimeter there, I'm going to come up and do my rim really well. And then after I am done filling in that rim, I'm just going to come in and fill in the rest of that red with my glitter here. Now, as I kind of fill that in, I'm just going to tell you guys, this was kind of a concept that I came up with my black and suede tumblers, and I can't believe this is the first time I'm coming back and trying to do it with something a little bit different. So I'm really happy with how this came out, and I'm actually going to be doing a couple more things with this look as well. So be on the lookout for that. Now, once I have my chunkies all filled in, I'm going to come through with my red glitter called Scarlet, and I'm just going to do the same exact thing, go around the perimeter, and just kind of give it just a little bit more of that glitzy glitter look to it. Now, after I place that on my turner, you see my gloved hand there. I'm going to make sure that I take my gloved hand, I'm going to push all those glitters back off the rim. I am going to tap those glitters down, making sure they're nice and smooth against the tumbler, and I'm going to let that cure until it is not sticky anymore, which with the fast set, it was about the end of the day, so about 6-8 hours before I was able to handle it and do what I'm doing here. Now, in between every single coat of epoxy, you want to make sure that you trim up your rim really well. I'm going to put that back onto my wand, and I'm going to give it a nice coating of my semi-gloss clear coat by Rust-Oleum here. I'm going to apply another coat of epoxy. Then after this is cured, you'll be able to come back through and you'll be able to apply whatever type of decals you would like, and then apply another coat or two of your finishing coats of epoxy. Now, the main thing you want to remember after that second coat of epoxy over top of your raw glitter, you want to make sure you come back through and hit it up really good with your torch, so that way you get rid of all those little micro bubbles. Whether you take this design and duplicate it as is, or you take it and let it inspire you to create something that is completely your own, I hope that you guys had a lot of fun watching this tutorial today. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.